Hey, hello everybody, welcome back to Gran Turismo 4 and the Motegi 8-hour endurance race. Let's keep her going. Oh, we're on lap 41. Hey guys, I was looking through my my games earlier today. I really can't decide what game to play for you guys, I'm not gonna lie. I had a little stack of games in my hand of like 6 or 7 different games, and then I just simply could not decide. I was like, fuck. Trying to figure it out. Like, what should I play? And obviously, because we're playing Gran Turismo right now, and we will be for a while, I don't want to start another racing or driving game. So I don't know, you guys. And of course, there are a couple of games that I want to revisit as well. So that just literally adds even more stuff to do for me. Which I don't really mind. I just need to catch up is what I need to do. Certainly, finishing Oblivion and having Dead Space finished, and you know, Ace Combat has come to an end. Well, other than just like the feature jets for each one of the feature episodes for each one of the jets, I still have more of those to like actually record. But that's like no problem, you know. Gran Turismo 4. The end of this game is kicking my ass, dude. And it's not like it's really hard, right, per se. Like, to me, Gran Turismo is not a hard game. To some people it is. You know, to some people, this game's impossible, right? But because of my long heritage with this game, and it is definitely my favorite game series, like, period. It is my favorite game series. Like, Gran Turismo, this is the game that it's like, yo, that's my shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's my shit. It always has been. I've always been in love with Gran Turismo ever since I was like 12 years old. And I'm an old motherfucker. I've been playing Gran Turismo for 29 years. Once again, just for anybody who doesn't know that, I have a very special relationship with Gran Turismo. Now, it stemmed from when I was young, and I really sucked at Gran Turismo. Truth. I sucked ass. But I love cars so much, and I loved racing so much, that I basically, for the first, like, year that I was playing Gran Turismo, I could not fucking beat that game. But I was like, I kept coming back at it, You know, if I couldn't beat this race, I would pick a different car and then come back and all this experimenting and practice, and eventually I was actually able to drive the cars around the track and not go into the grass, and that eventually evolved into, like, you know, me learning all these different little techniques and stuff like that. Like supercar braking and, you know, just all these different little tricks that you could do. And then suddenly I realized, like, man, I'm actually getting really good at this shit, right? And then it was like Gran Turismo 2 came out. And then once again, when that game came out, it was like, man, I really sucked at the beginning. I had a really hard time picking the right car for the right event, and, you know. But eventually my car knowledge grew and continued to grow, and eventually I learned about all these other cars that I had never heard of before, and it just sort of blew up from there. And now I'm like fucking Mr. Gran Turismo. You know? I never really even played racing games too much before Gran Turismo. Like, my two favorite genres of gaming today is racing games and RPGs. Love me a good racing game, you know? The Opera and the Skyline. Oh, he's got him. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't even try. You don't even have a chance. You know? He tried to catch the Opera on the revert there. Not gonna work. Yeah, this car is awesome. yeah, man, this car's fucking great, dude. You gotta think, too, that this car's actually fully upgraded, right? So, you know, there's a lot of cars in this game that, you know, when you fully upgrade it, they don't exactly operate the way that you want them to. But this car seems to have all of its eggs in the same basket. You know what I mean? Like, legit. Handling, braking, just overall performance on this car is like 9.9. 9.9. And the tiny little minute problems that it actually does have, I could easily fix those in the tunings menu. Like, I wouldn't mind if the brakes worked a little bit better, as you can see the example there, just as I'm literally talking about it. Pardon me. I wouldn't mind it if the brakes were a little bit more grabby. Handling is great. Like, if I were to change, like, if I could go to my settings menu right now, I would shrink the transmission just a bit. I would close the transmission up just a bit, probably just by one tick. And I would increase the brake pressure by one tick on both the front and the back. That's all, I think that's all I would do. Because everything else about this car is pretty much where you'd want it to be. Oh, Colin! We're coming in, baby. Alright, Colin's getting ready to drive, you guys. Go, Colin, go. Get him out of here! Right, off Colin goes for his second stint in the race. Woo! Look at the Spoon S2000 chewing on that corner, baby. Go, Colin, go. Fuck yeah, dude. Right, let's go into the race menu. Colin is on his way to glory. Coffee. Coffee is good. Coffee is good, because I'm going to be here for a while. There is one thing that I do actually have to do, though. There was a situation that happened when I was transferring over the videos to my computer from the last time I played Ace Combat, and I seem to have lost one of the episodes in the fucking mist or whatever. I don't know where it went. I don't know how I didn't end up copying it over, but It's non-existent. So I have to re-record that. And unfortunately, that specific one just happens to be the next episode of Ace Combat that I would be uploading. Meaning, like, it's pertinent, like I must record that one. Because I've got, like, I don't even know, like 13 other episodes ready to go for Ace Combat 5. But because I'm missing that jet, it's like, I can't really post the other ones until I do this one, right? Because I'm doing them in order. So it would fuck up the order. And I'd have people being like, bro, where's the F-14D Super Tomcat? And I'd have to be like, sorry about that, man. So I never want to have to say sorry to you guys, right? So, Spoon S2000 in the pits. Coffee. It is lap 50. And remember, this is simply just an 8-hour race, regardless of how many laps are completed. God damn, son. It be snowing outside in real life. It be fucking snowing out there, you guys. I just looked out my window. It's like a fucking white wall. That's crazy. Considering I let my dogs out, like, a couple of hours ago. And there was, like, no snow. And now I look outside and it's like Antarctica. Good old Canada. Good old Canadian weather. Well, Colin is continuing to tear it up out there, dropping a 207. He's a pretty quick boy. He's alright. It's not like he's the fucking king or something like that. Like, we're dropping like 156s or something like that. So we're upwards of 10, 11, even 12 seconds on his average lap time. But again, he's just taking it easy, running the car around the track. He, as well as I, understand that this is an 8-hour race. That there's no need to go absolutely crazy when there's still 6 hours to go. So there's no need to go crazy. Like, even me dropping, like, 156, 157, 158, I could probably do, like, a 155 in this car. To be honest. I could probably do, like, 155, 154, I would say. Maybe 153 if I were to hit everything absolutely proper. I could possibly get a 153. So, like, you can see, even I am not, you know, driving the car full out. Spoon Integra in the box. You can see the lap variance now really starting to show. 4 laps, 5 laps, 6 laps, and 9 laps. The Spoon Integra just dropped a very low... Oh, he just came out of the pits, that's why. I was going to say, man, 255. What did he do? Pull over and get some drive-thru at McDonald's or something? Like, holy shit. 255? But it's because he just came out of the pits. So you'll see his lap time dramatically change here to, like, what, 225, 226 he was pulling down? 230, and that's from coming out of the pit lane as well. But yeah, he was dropping like 226s. Alright, just like the Colin that we know, he is eating up that gasoline and not doing a whole lot of damage to those tires. He's a very careful driver. If you're wondering, once again, how is he able to eat up that much gas and not damage the tires that much? That's because of how slow he's going around the corners. So when he comes out of the corners, he has to use a whole lot more gas to get back up to the speed to reach the next braking zone, to, again, go around the corner relatively slow and have a slow exit on every corner. So that means he's got to be on the gas pedal a lot more than we are, because my main thing when I try to drive is the conservation of my speed. That is what I'm trying to do every single second that I am driving. Conserve my speed as much as I possibly can. That is the most important thing to me. Conserving my speed, and then the second most important thing to me when it comes down to racing is consistency. Consistent lap times. Consistent positioning on the track. Always being in the right spot on the track. Always, dropping lap times that are almost dead spot on to each other. That's how you know you're a good driver. If you can drop consistent laps, like you do 10 laps and every single one of them is like 156.3, 156.4, that's mad consistency. That means that you're a great driver. Like literally, that means that you can drive this track 100 laps and still attain a viable lap time every single time. Like Colin out here dropping those 205s and 206s. See, that's relatively consistent, but true consistency is when it's like only separated by like a tenth of a second. All of your lap times are only separated by a fraction of a second. That's real consistency. That's true accuracy on the track every single lap. That's what that means. Very important stuff. It's all cool to set, a hot lap time or something like that, but a hot lap time doesn't really correlate well to your actual driving ability. So, like, if he drops another 205 here, see, there'd be high consistency for this lap, but low consistency for the last lap. See, 207, so now he's really, really low consistency on that lap in comparison to, we saw him drop a 205. So he's 2 seconds off of his consistency there. So obviously something on that last lap costed him 2 seconds as opposed to his fastest lap time, which is 205, you see. So he's consistent enough to drive the car around the track every lap, but he's not consistent enough to hold 205s every single time. Which is like professional level. If you are hitting relatively the same lap time every single time, you're a damn good driver. It means that you're not making mistakes. See, like now he's back down to a 206.0, which is another off by 2 seconds on his consistency. So it seems like one lap he's quick, the next lap he takes it slow, then the next lap he takes it quick, then the next lap he takes it slow. Maybe that's his strategy, I don't know. But that's what it's breaking down as. Turismo GTR in the pits. That's going to allow the Opera to get another lap on him. I'm very surprised that the Turismo is not doing better. Yeah, the Spoon Integra is really not doing good. He just went off the track there and everything. It's the only front-wheel drive car in the field, though. So you got to give him credit. He is here and he is racing. But being the only front-wheel drive car on the track, he's kind of getting spanked on the bottom a little bit. Especially the fact that it's just 4 S2000s leading the way. This is like a Frontier, you know? It's like a fucking Armada. And I don't really see it changing. Because we're past the 2-hour mark here. So, when it comes down to a really, really long race like this, once you reach like 2 hours, this is the way that the race is going to finish. You understand? Like, nothing dramatic is going to happen to change the position of one of these cars. Alright, Alright, Colin's back tires are beginning to transition into yellow. He is less than half a tank of gas. Yeah, he really uses up that gas, man. It's because he's coming out of corners relatively slow. So he's kind of a quick entry, slow exit kind of guy. That's what it seems like to me. Quick entry, slow exit. So he's going in quick, but then he's using a bit too much brakes and slowing down a little bit more than he needs to for each one of the corners. And then he has to accelerate hard out of every one. Opera going in the box. And this is going to put us up another lap. Nice job, man. We are now 5 laps up on the Opera. The Amuse, in comparison to the Opera S2000, he's only about half a lap back, to be honest with you. So he's not too far away, but I think he's far enough away that I just don't see him being able to come back at the Opera. So the Opera is letter E, and the Amuse is letter D, so you can see they're about half the track away from each other, with the Opera being obviously out in front. And it looks like our good friend Colin has worked on that rear right good enough that it is getting dark. So we might call him into the pits here on this lap, or we might let him stay in for one more, see what it looks like when he comes around the hairpin. The eastern hairpin. Here he comes up to the eastern hairpin. Let's gauge tires. I think he's got one more in him. One more lap in there. Keep going. One more lap. Alright, let's call him into the pits for this lap. Colin, my boy. And then we'll literally end up doing one lap at the end of this video. That's fucked up. Spoon Integra going into the pits as well. And so is Colin. I'm ready to drive, you guys, ready to drive. Hands on my steering wheel, ready to go. My steering wheel. What a nasty noise that is. Ridiculous. Waiting for fuel. Go. Now keep our gas tank full this whole race. Normally I would take fuel into consideration to try to make it last as long as the tires do, but because we have the B-Spec driver jumping in and out of the car, it's hard to say how much gas he's going to use, and I do not want him to be running out of gas. And I also do not want to run out of gas. So we're just going to keep, whenever we take a pit, we're just going to fill up all the way. Seems like the smart thing to do. This car's so awesome. It is an expensive car. If you didn't watch the first episode and you're wondering, it is an expensive car. It's $250,000 just for the car, and this one's fully upgraded. So we spent like an extra $150. So this is like a $400,000 car. So it is definitely worth the price, though, I'll tell you that. It's just about a perfect car, I'm not gonna lie. Does just about anything you tell it to do. Very smooth on all of its action. Smooth handling, smooth braking, smooth acceleration. Whoop. Cold tires. It's a very smooth, trustable car. Very good. And we are going to say thank you guys for coming out and watching the episode of Gran Turismo 4. Do me a favor, you guys, leave a like on the video. Maybe even subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I freaking love you and I wish you the total best. Hope you guys have a freaking awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next part of this race. So you better be sure to have a good bye. Bye.